Mati Speaker, founder of LIMBUA, right?
Correct, with the team.
Yes,
Myself.
the team,
Yeah.
yes. So this is interesting to hear that. The first thing you say is with a team, because you are a team player, right?
Absolutely, it's really important. If you set up an organization which is a bit complicated, you need to have a team with different strengths, also different weaknesses. So yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
How did you come to Kenya?
I came to Kenya due to macadamia. So the decision to do macadamia, organic macadamia, was clear. So I came to Kenya to look for partners, to look for smallholder farmers, to talk to them. This was my first approach.
There before, money has been flowing here, helping people. But it's unfortunate, because that money, when it comes, you are helped, but you are not shown how to help yourself. LIMBUA has come in a way of showing us how we can be able to help ourselves.
You had convinced some farmers. What happened next?
Yeah. Yes, we came up with around 140 farmers in the beginning, and we started to do organic certification first of all, because it requires some time for the farmer to turn organic, to convert his farm. And this took several years. So we started the organic certification, and the second step was to set up the manufactory to process the macadamia nuts.
Lovely to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Where exactly are we now? What is this?
We are at the nursery, LIMBUA nursery, where we germinate and grow seedlings for our farmers.
And the seedlings are different, or are they all the same?
They are different.
Yeah.
Actually, we are mainly focusing on 3 types of seedlings. We are having for macadamia nuts, avocado and mangoes. But our key focus has been macadamia nut seedlings.
It's not only the method of farming organic, it's also scientific approach that the tree itself has to be optimized, right?
Absolutely. The farmers have limited farms, so our idea, our concept is how is it possible to generate the highest value in a sustainable way from a farm, and therefore it's important to look at all aspects of how these trees are grown. You start from the seedling. The variety is really important to select the right variety for the right altitude, and this is why we also operate a nursery which is optimizing this procedure.
As we've seen at the seedling farm, you do something with the tree because you combine 2 different sorts, right?
That's true.
And can you explain me again why you do that?
Okay, you know, if you combine 2 different species, you bring the strengths of the other one and the strengths of the other one. So you have like combined strengths together. We say in Africa, if you use 1 firewood to cook, it will not burn. You have to use 2 firewood to cook so that it can burn and bring a big flame. So in the same way, the seed, there are 2 different varieties. The variety that is producing the seed has a very strong root system, and it's very resistant to soil diseases. So we have that quality, but it's not having good seeds. The one that is going to be on top, which is called the Scion, does not have good root system, but it has good seed. It has high yielding and is able to have a high oil content. So you combine all this in one plant.
What is the change for the farmer in terms of how he grows the plants?
It is quite a change because not only macadamia, also the other crops, the intercrops of the macadamia need to be organic because we do full farm conversion on the whole farm of the farmer. So he needs to look on the issue of soil fertility, how to maintain soil fertility without artificial synthetic fertilizers. He needs to look on the issue of pests and diseases which can affect the crops. So to handle it organically is quite different than to the conventional procedure.
LIMBUA is able to identify a small farmer. This farmer doesn't have a big land. It could be 1 acre, but you can see from the farm that there are landscapes. There are tall trees, there are medium trees, there are average trees, there are short crops. And each of the crops is meeting a different purpose. So LIMBUA was able to identify an integrated system that is able to produce food for the farmer, produce food for the Kenyan industry. The coffee, for example, is for the Kenyan market. The macadamia is for the international market. The crephilia up there is for firewood. So it's an integrated system that is producing enough for all of us. So that is the magic for LIMBUA. And this small farmer, with the small farm, could not do anything on his own. But with the support of the organization and LIMBUA, through certification, through extension system, it is able to reach the international, the national and the local market and the food at home.
LIMBUA has been here for more than 5 years now. And when they came, they introduced themselves to us on organic farming. We started dealing with them. They started training us. And they have done quite a good job. A recommendable job. We have learned a lot from them. One thing LIMBUA has assisted in, as I have just said, is good prices. Teaching the farmers on organic farming and enlightening us on the dangers of the chemicals we have always been using. Those people have been using the chemicals without the knowledge of the dangers.
Yeah.
LIMBUA has already enlightened us. So right now, as people are being enlightened, they are stopping using those chemicals. They are going organic.
So there's reliability for the farmers in one way. Then there's another aspect of reliability. You supply by the way you transfer the nuts to your facility, and then the way of payment, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We consider ourselves partly also as a technology company, which means we have digitized the full organic procedure, we have digitized the whole buying procedure, and we also have digitized the full traceability of the product from the smallholder farmer up to the end consumer. And I think technology is a great instrument to support the farmers. And you talked about the mode of payment. We are doing mobile payment. All the money transfers to the farmers is through mobile payment. And by the way, we also use a fingerprint in a way that every farmer identifies himself with a digital fingerprint, which means they trust the system because they also know all their fellow farmers are not able to cheat the system, which is welcomed very nicely.
Right now, macadamia is paying school fees for very, very many children. Macadamia is giving a livelihood for very, very many people here. Macadamia is making many people live comfortable. The standard of living has gone up because of macadamia.
first thing, what happens when the nuts arrive at the facility?
The nuts, when they arrive at the facility, we pre-select them, we wash them, we dry them. We, after they are dried, you know, they have quite a moisture content when they arrive, around 20%. So we dry them to around 1.5% in a way that now we are able to crack them with our hand cracking machine. So we use hand crackers to remove the husk, the shell of the nut, and afterwards we do the selection by quality. I think the great thing with the procedure we are using is that we use a lot of manual work in a way that we are able to maintain the value of the nut. If we put them through a big machine, part of the value is getting destroyed, which is especially harmful to the farmers, because then we would pay them less. But since we maintain the value, we also maintain the value for each farm, for each farmer.
Yes. And then you need handcrafted people.
We have quite a number of employees which are doing all this procedure, and we purposely did this procedure this way because we wanted to create employment for the farmer families. And the reason for it is we feel that the concept for the future is that if you are able to generate employment in the rural areas, you decrease slum in capitals like Nairobi, yes. And it's a much more healthy way of living. The people can stay near their families.
We've seen that you even go to schools.
Yes, actually we started going to primary schools within our farmers, so the schools where they are sending their children. Sometimes they meet some of our staff there, because our idea is that within our staff we have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience in the meantime, and we want to transfer this knowledge also to young minds, because in the school these young boys and girls, they are even more open than maybe a farmer who has done something for many years.
Now, what is the effect at school now with the corporation?
Okay, may I say that the LIMBUA Group Foundation have really done great things to our school, because our learners have been able to grow coffee, to grow macadamia, to grow tree seedlings using organic method. And whatever I've said has done very, very well, and the same knowledge has been taken to the parents where they come from. And the parents come here thanking the group that has done this to them.
You don't only export the nuts to Europe, you also have a partner in Europe.
Absolutely, we have several partners. But we have also we have remarkable partners with whom we have worked for quite some time, and one of these partners is a company called Walla, and Walla has supported us. Like very shortly after we met them, they trusted us. They funded the pre-financing of nuts, which supported us quite heavily.
Both partners have a win-win situation. So the farmers have a good income, the processors which may be involved has also a good income and can, as the farmers develop themselves, and we got a good high-quality product. So that it's the best case of win-win situation.
When I hear the word globalization, I very often think of bad things, but obviously we're living on the same planet, so we should live together. And since we have the technologies to meet each other, because we can travel and we can use the internet and everything, it makes sense that we really actually do exchange our cultures and technologies, right? In a good way.
Absolutely. I think, as you are saying, globalization has some weak points, but it has a lot of potential to improve life, to make life more beautiful. You have different cultural aspects which are can be seen in a very nice way. You have different talents, you have different soils. I mean, if we try to grow macadamia nuts in Germany, it's impossible due to soil, also due to the climate. So this kind of diversity, if it is brought together in a well-structured way, it can really you can feel the positive aspects and maybe not the negative aspects of exploitation, of refugees. I think this thing can be turned around if you structure it well.
The people in the tropics will start wondering where to run away to.
Yeah.
We don't want people to run away. Let's preserve what we have and take care of it. And our children, our children's children, our children's children's children will be able to find the system as good as it is now.